Now to views out of meter at part 160, Degrassi Next Generation. For 2008, this representation is pretty solid. Connor's a student at Degrassi who is undiagnosed for the first few episodes in which we see him, but then he later gets a diagnosis of Asperger's, which 5 years later would be combined with autism in the DSM. They do manage to pronounce it Asperger's the entire episode, which is slightly infuriating, but sure, I guess, that's fine. I would argue that Connor is more of a collection of traits than he is a unique character, but it's also not like most of the other characters in the show aren't archetypes in their own ways, so I can't get too mad at it. They initially treat autism like it's some sort of incurable curse and that he will need therapy to live a normal life, but Connor also says how happy he is getting diagnosed because now he knows why he is the way that he is and knows he's not alone in a way that I think is really important and was a fairly new idea for this era. I'm also impressed to see an autistic character in media who's non-white, not just for this time period in which it was made, but also just more generally because it is still incredibly rare. I thought it was cool how the other students showed solidarity, at least for some of his needs, and were more inclusive of and welcoming of him than the adults were, and that it showed discrimination from adults. Both of those feel very true to real life. I think they did struggle a little bit with the he does things that are bad, but it's okay because he's autistic framing, when it should have been more in line with he does things that are bad and they're still bad and he's responsible for it, but also we can be empathetic about it and help him to learn how to do better. But that's still an issue we have today with autistic representation, and 2008 was a very long time ago. So overall, it's not amazing, but it's not bad either, and I would say it's fairly good for the time in which it came out.